2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
On May 25, 1961, President John F. Kennedy startled the world with an address before Congress.
I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal, before this decade is out, of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the Earth.
On July 20th, 1969, the lunar module for Apollo 11 touched down on the surface of the moon.
Listen,
Oh, jeez.
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
In the greatest historical achievement of mankind, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin stepped out onto the surface of the moon. Thousands of new technologies were developed from the drafting board to take Apollo to the moon. And among these new and developing technologies was one so very basic and fundamental: safe, bacteria-free drinking water. Because chlorine was too toxic of a chemical to bring up in space, NASA developed a water sterilizing system that used silver ionization. It was not just America's, but everyone's victory.
Hi, I'm Buzz Aldrin. Apollo 11 was our first lunar landing in July 1969. Clearwater Envirotech uses the same technology that NASA used to purify drinking water aboard the Apollo spacecraft.
We didn't use chlorine in space. Why on earth do we use it here?
Chlorine is a dangerous, toxic carcinogen that is linked to cancer, high blood pressure, heart disease, stroke, and other degenerative diseases. When chlorine was first used in swimming pools, no one knew how destructive it could be to us and our environment. Scientists have reported chlorine is a leading cause for the erosion of the Earth's ozone layer. The engineers at Clearwater Envirotech were faced with the challenge of developing an ecologically safe way to create clean and safe swimming pool water without the use of dangerous chemicals. What they created was not a totally new invention, but something based on a scientific principle that has been in use for thousands of years. The ancient Greeks were the first to discover the sanitizing powers of minerals. They discovered that low concentrations of copper in their drinking water stopped the growth of algae. The Egyptians kept their water in silver containers to prevent contamination. During the plague-ridden Middle Ages, mothers knew to place a silver spoon in an infant's mouth to ward off disease. And early American pioneers moving out west put copper and silver coins in large wooden water casks to provide them with safe drinking water. The movement of the wagons caused the coins to discharge ions, which purified the water. It is a well-documented fact that copper and silver ions kill algae, bacteria, and viruses. From this technology, which was later refined by NASA in the 60s, the copper-silver ionization system was developed. Clearwater Envirotechnologies applied for and was granted a license from NASA to commercialize from this knowledge. Clearwater developed a purification system that could be applied to any swimming pool or spa. The unit is called Mineral Pure because we use natural, safe minerals to purify the water. A pair of scientifically formulated electrodes comprised of copper and silver are placed in line of your existing equipment. A microprocessor control box releases a low-voltage DC charge to the electrodes, causing some of the outermost ions to lose an electron, thus becoming positive ions. As they attempt to flow from one electrode to another, the flow of the water causes many of the ions to be released into the water. The copper ions kill algae, and the silver ions kill bacteria and viruses. They form masses until they are large enough to be removed by the existing filtering equipment. Unlike chlorine, these ions have a long-lasting residual in the water and are not affected by bather load or weather conditions, purifying water the way nature intended it. They provide long-lasting, non-toxic purification. If more ions are needed in the water, simply turn the control knob up a notch. If less are needed, simply turn the control knob down a notch. Included with your unit is a test kit that will tell you what adjustment is needed. Once the proper setting is established, it is not unusual to have the control knob set on the same position the entire season. Once you've changed over to the Mineral Pure system, you will notice the difference immediately. You will never want to swim in a chlorinated pool again. You will swim in a pool that easily exceeds EPA standards for drinking water. Imagine being able to drink your pool water. Your friends won't believe it. You will eliminate all the negative aspects of chlorine. No more red eyes. No more dry, brittle hair. No more bleached out swimsuits. No more dry, itchy skin. And no more of that distinctive chlorine odor. And just think of the savings. The cost of the product is quickly recovered with the money saved on chlorine, algicides, and wear and tear on pool equipment. The ionized water produces a protective film inside the piping, prolonging the life of your expensive pool equipment. By virtually eliminating chlorine, your pool vacuum cleaner hoses and solar covers will last much longer. Our units conform to strict NSF Standard 50 regulations in a sanitation evaluation conducted by UL, the industry's most authorized certification that is recognized worldwide. You will eliminate the daily chore of chlorination. Your pool will no longer be a non-paying, part-time job. Have you ever noticed how clear the water is in a wishing well? Those coins you are throwing in there are keeping the water crystal clear, just like Mineral Pure does. Clearwater Enviro Technologies has been making Mineral Pure for 20 years now. There are tens of thousands of satisfied customers worldwide. There are several models available in both residential or commercial to fit any size pool or spa. All of our units are solid state-of-the-art electronics and are weatherproof. Our latest model is the RC50, our premium model that features a digital readout and includes a built-in electronic water conditioner called Scale Blaster. This will help remove any calcium or iron stains and will remove hard water scale deposits on the pool walls, tile, and pool equipment. All of our units carry a full 5-year, 100% warranty. Clearwater has hundreds of dealers in over 70 countries and is the largest manufacturer of copper, silver ionization, and electronic descaling systems in the world.
Ever since we had the Mineral Pure installed, it's made my life a lot easier. First of all, I don't have to put chemicals in the pool every week. Secondly, I don't have to worry about whether or not I'm going to have algae or having the pool turn green on me, so we can go out of town and not worry about it. And finally, and I think probably the best part, my kids have yet to come out of the water with red eyes and say, "Dad, you put too much chlorine in the pool." So I'm very happy with the whole thing.